It says, now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass that all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. That is the night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad of the house, neither shall you break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover of the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one of you that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. That sounds to me like salvation for the Gentile was available back then, was it not? You know, we tend to, most of the time we tend to think, you know, that it's only through Jesus that the Gentiles stood a chance. But right here, we see that they were welcome. Now, when you speak of salvation, was there salvation right there? It's talking about circumcision. It's talking about the law. If you get under the law, Paul tells us that the law didn't save nobody. The law was a school teacher. It was to teach us what's right from wrong. Salvation back then was the same thing that it is today. Go back to Hebrews 11 if you want. You know, you want to read about how people obtained salvation through faith. You know, coming in, getting circumcised, getting to eat of the Passover, you know, being held under the law, that didn't save nobody. It was through faith, faith in God. I think what it says in Hebrews 11:2, it says, for by faith they obtained a good report. Salvation then was the same as now, through faith and trusting in God. It says, thus did all the children of Israel as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. 13. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, sanctify. What does that mean? Sanctify?
Clean.
He's telling them to dedicate. Unto me, dedicate the firstborn unto me, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, is mine. And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which you came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for by the strength of the hand of the Lord brought you out from this place, there shall no leavened bread be eaten. This day came you out in the month Abib, and it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee, a land flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt keep this service in this month. Has it always been kept in that month? We mentioned this back when we were studying Joshua last year. There was one time it wasn't held in that first month. Why? Anybody remember? Because the children of Israel were so far away from God. I think what the scripture says is they weren't ready. And it wasn't just the people, it was the priests. Were in such a shape that they were not able to do this. I encourage you to read today, tomorrow, 2 Chronicles chapter 30, go on in through 31 and read. It's in the time of Hezekiah. He sent messengers out to tell them we're going to celebrate the Passover in the second month on the 14th day, 1 month late. Give them people a chance to get themselves ready, get their sacrifices ready. But read about it. And while you're reading that, think about, a revival. Because that's what takes place right there. 2 Chronicles chapter 30, 31. Read it. There is a revival in Israel that takes place right there. One time it was not held in the first month. It says, 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the 7th day shall be a feast unto the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, there shall no leaven be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in thy quarters. And thou shalt show thy son in that day, saying, This is done because of that which the Lord did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt. And it shall be for a sign unto thee upon thine hand, and for a memorial between thine eyes, that the Lord's law may be in thy mouth. For with a strong hand hath the Lord brought thee out of Egypt. Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in his season from year to year. And it shall be, when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he sware unto thee and to thy fathers, and shall give it to thee, that thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix, and every firstling that cometh forth of the beast which thou hast, the males shall be the Lord's. And every firstling of an ass that thou shalt redeem with a lamb, and if thou shalt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck, and all the firstborn of men among thy children shalt thou redeem. Now why is it the firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb? If you don't redeem it with a lamb, then you break its neck. Why? It's considered unclean. So if you want to keep the donkey, you've got a lamb for it. You trade for it basically. If you don't have a lamb, then you kill the donkey, because it still belongs to God. It says, it shall be, when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, What is this? That thou shalt say unto him, By strength of the hand of the Lord brought us out of Egypt from the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all that openeth the matrix, being males. But all the firstborn of my children I redeem. And it shall be for a token upon thine hand, and for frontlets between thy eyes, for by strength of the hand of the Lord brought us forth out of Egypt. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go,